Hey, it's Laura at Hyperstamper. Welcome back. And I have another junk journal today. This is actually another one that I've repurposed. I'm going through all of the junk journals I have on Etsy, and if they're not selling, then I know it's because the cover isn't as fabulous as it should be. So I'm redoing some covers. This is one that I've actually done quite a few of these maps. I acquired at an auction 6 of these Manufacturer Life World Map school book covers from 1920s, and they're very popular. You can see here where I have wrapped it around the book, the original book. That was the 10 Days Wonder book, and I just love it. I think it's fabulous. It's great for a junk journal. I've added the bangle here at the side to match the colors on the map, and just a little bit of trim. And then on the inside, we have the original pages of this 1948 vintage book called 10 Days Wonder. And then we've got the vintage hanky in here and a souvenir page from the Lincoln souvenir book from Washington, D.C. from 1955. And a page from the original book there to journal on. It's a blank page. And this is the back of a receipt book. It's actually the Pearl Shop receipt book that you follow me, you know I use a lot of Pearl Shop receipts. And somebody asked the other day if I was running out. I was running out, and then last month I found a couple more books of them, so I've got about 100 more. Yay! And there is a blank ledger sheet from 1920s and a page out of the Magic Garden with a beautiful illustrations here. It's just a little window page here from an antique book page, and I just tucked a tag in there. I stamped thankful on it, and you can see it in the window. Okay, fun little feature. A little story about pancakes. I love pancakes. I put peanut butter on them. Yep, I don't know why I just told you that, but I did. Here is a little paper doll outfit from, remember the Flatsy dolls? This is actually from my Flatsy doll. And somebody just finally acquired the Flatsy dolls in a journal that I had been saving, but they were almost naked because I gave away all of their outfits. So the Flatsy dolls are now at their new home. And let's see here, a lovely, lovely image out of a children's book page. Look at the man in the moon and the 3 kids in the tub there, or the tub boat. Looks like a shoe. And another wonderful set of vintage and antique papers here, and a vintage stamp, and the rest of that hard cardstock storybook paper. Another wonderful cluster with some interior spine, hidden paper clip here, and I've tucked in here. This is hilarious. Do you remember, does anybody remember these, or am I aging myself? These are initials that you can make out of pipe cleaners. Yeah. And just in case you don't know the letters, they've told you. So yeah, they're really quite evil. I think it's just hysterical. And seed jewelry. So if you didn't know what to make for Christmas gifts this year, how about some pipe cleaner initials, some seed jewelry? I love it. That's from the 40s. Just fantastic little find there. 1950s Theater Arts Magazine page, The Moonshiner's Daughter. That's a fantastic title. And a little booklet here I put together with just some of my antique book scraps. And I tucked that into a little pocket I made out of a vintage crochet doily. 1001 Craft Ideas magazine from the 70s. Not terribly old, but it is vintage. And then this little pocket here that you can journal on. This is from 1933. And a beautiful little picture of a lake and a house in the distance there. And that is from the 20s. You can tell by the Art Deco frame as well. It's a fabulous little belly band there. And a cheesy vintage recipe book illustration. Oh gosh, I just love them and hate them at the same time, but mostly I love them. This is just a plate from an art book here from the 60s. I love this here. It says The Creative Spirit, that I pulled from a book. And just a little bit of double journaling here. And from the Emerald Isle from the, I want to say 1905. This is called The Tenant, and it's a little poem here with tons of journaling space, but really, really special. Pearl Shop receipt there, speaking of Pearl Shop. And over here, I just made a little journaling tag out of a children's book illustration. More of the theater world. Everything in here is authentic. I didn't print or use kits or digitals for anything. The only thing that's not real antique ephemera is the tea-dyed pages. So this is a little vintage recipe book that would have been a fundraiser for a school back in the day. And a vintage card. Kind of fun. That one's a sunset, a tree. Very well loved. And here is a postcard. They've written on the front here. And this is from Quebec. And it is from 1908. Isn't that wonderful? So really fun to read that. Tuck that back in there. Some 1930s Monopoly money, and I put in here some salad recipes. Believe it or not, they actually made a book on salad recipes. Add lettuce and other stuff. Done. Here we go. Another music sheet, another pearl shop receipt, and here is a plate of Mark Hamburg. You'll have to Google who he is. It's a secret I'm not telling you because I don't know. And there is a lovely vintage bird plate as well from the 30s. And oh, look how they did this print. Don't you love that? I really like that for an antique book. That is, the publishers must have gone crazy and the printers when they had to figure that one out without computers. Just a little journaling envelope here that I made from the antique page, and another 1930s ledger sheet, and all of this is mounted on top of a vintage atlas page, another 1926 accounting ledger page. And I love this here. It's the cover of the March 1946 Theater Arts magazine. Is that beautiful? I love it. And the advertisements in here are so fun. Advertisements from the 40s. Another pearl shop receipt here, and that brings us to the back of the book. So that is going on Etsy now, hyperstamper.etsy.com, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see them first. Bye for now.